Hi everybody, this is Manly Christopher Beasley, and I am putting up, a post here of me reading my newest blog entry. It is, kind of a mixture of theology and politics, how our theology influences our politics. I'm going to read it and obviously have it posted here on YouTube. As you can see there, my blog address is Manly, M-A-N-L-E-Y, Chris, C-H-R-I-S, at blogspot.com. So feel free to come check it out, and if you do like it, come follow. Anyway, this post starts off with the verse, John 18:36. Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my servants would have been fighting, that I might not be delivered over to the Jews. But my kingdom is not from this world." Jesus' answer to Pilate was very important. In saying his kingdom is not of this world, he set the standard for our understanding of our faith and how it relates to government. There are Protestant Christians who believe that we should enforce our faith through governmental power, and I believe this is wholly unbiblical. I believe this is left over from Roman Catholic theology and has nothing to do with biblical Christianity. Jesus was responding to Herod, asking him if he was the king of the Jews, and instead of enforcing his kingship with his omnipotence, he said, "My kingdom is not of this world." He refused to cause Herod to rightfully submit to his lordship by physical force. He refused to cause Herod to rightfully submit to his commandments by physical force. He simply said, "My kingdom is not of this world." Paul echoed Jesus when he wrote his epistle to the Ephesians. In Ephesians 6, he says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." Just as Jesus said his kingdom is not of this world, Paul declares that the Christian's war is not of this world. It is against the opposing forces of the spiritual world that seek to deceive and do evil. I'm not advocating pacifism. This passage in John 18 don't teach us that we shouldn't support the rule of law or defend our country if we are attacked. What it does teach us is that we shouldn't seek gains to Christ's kingdom through warfare or civil law. I think many Christians would agree that the statement, "Theonomos excluded," I think many Christians would agree with that statement, "Theonomos excluded," but many are hypocritical in their actions. Why do Christians lead the charge in the drug war? Do you believe it dishonors God to not implement morality through government? The same Christian who feels wrong about legalizing drugs has no desire to make adultery, homosexuality, idolatry, dishonoring of parents, and day-to-day lying illegal. All of these actions are much more clearly condemned as sin in the Scripture than drug use, and yet we have no intention of making these things illegal. I assume we don't want to make them illegal because of the Scripture mentioned above. My problem is that we support an unconstitutional drug war and think our faith is what drives us to it. That is false. The many Christians among our founding fathers refused to make opium and other dangerous drugs illegal for this very reason. They believed in a small government that only punishes those who infringe on other people's liberty. Rape, murder, stealing, robbery, assault, all punishable because it is one person taking away another's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Opium only hurts the person abusing it, and it is not the government's job to protect people from themselves. That is parenting. That being said, I think we should do something about drug abuse. I think we should evangelize addicts. I believe we should try to get them into drug treatment. I think we should provide accountability through the church. I think it is very wrong to throw them in prison with murderers and rapists. I write this because there's a candidate who wants to limit government in the way our Constitution says. He's also pro-life, but many Christians think they can't support him because he wants to legalize drugs on the federal level. I think Christians would do well to start listening to the congressman from Texas. Thank you for listening to me read the blog. And again, the address is manly-chris.blogspot.com. That's manly-chris, manley-chris.blogspot.com. Thanks a bunch.